You wake up at 3 a.m. in the dead of night. You reach out, staring at a cold, completely empty phone screen. You did everything right on paper. You replied to her messages within 2 seconds flat. You canceled your gym sessions, your goals, your entire life just to be available. Yet, in her eyes, you are completely invisible. It burns, it drains you, and it makes you doubt your own value. But the raw truth is, your constant availability didn't build a genuine connection. It built a cheap, low-value habit. You see, we live in a culture flooded with the exact same regurgitated, superficial dating advice. Same ideas, different titles. We are told that if we give more, we receive more. We are taught that being relentlessly available proves our devotion. It sounds logical on the surface, but in reality, it is a catastrophic psychological failure. This video is not here to sell you manipulative mind games or cheap pickup lines. We are going to perform a cold, clinical dissection of the behavioral psychology and neurological mechanics behind true attraction. By the time this ends, you will understand the exact scarcity principle operating within human biology. Learn how to transition from a validation-seeking pleaser to a man of absolute emotional autonomy, and recognize the exact point where faking indifference turns into an absolute disaster. More importantly, I am going to reveal one specific silent habit that completely flips the psychological power dynamic without you saying a single word. If you do not master this hidden mechanism, you will remain permanently trapped as a backup option. Why is it that the scarcer a resource becomes, the more ruthlessly the human brain hunts it down, while abundance breeds immediate indifference? Some of you might look at this and wonder if it is actually true, or if it is just another bitter theory. Let us look past the dating forums and examine the hard reality of human behavior. In social psychology, Robert Cialdini famously established the scarcity principle. It proves that the human brain is hardwired at an evolutionary level to assign premium value to things that are limited, hard to obtain, or highly unpredictable. When you make yourself constantly available, when you answer every call on the first ring, and structure your entire existence around another person's schedule, you are actively draining your own value. You are broadcasting a loud, desperate signal that your time is worthless, that your life has no competing priorities, and that your attention is a guaranteed commodity. This completely kills female psychology attraction. Women do not lose interest because you are a good man. They lose interest because you have eliminated all neurological uncertainty. The human female brain is biologically designed to seek out a partner of substance, a man who commands his environment. When you eliminate the space between you, you eliminate the possibility of desire. The brain completely stops releasing dopamine because there is no puzzle left to solve, no challenge to overcome, and no reward to earn. As a mature man, you must internalize a fundamental truth. You must live for your own standards and your own vision, never for the volatile expectations or validation of someone else. True magnetism is never achieved by trying to fit into a mold. It is forged when you establish an unshakable world of your own. But what happens when a man realizes this mistake and tries to weaponize this psychological principle by simply putting on a calculated performance? This is where the vast majority of modern self-help advice collapses into an absolute lie. You see people online telling you to just act mysterious, to deliberately ignore text messages for a set number of hours, or as some people bluntly say, to just stop giving a shit so you can project an aura of power. This is a fatal mistake. There is a massive, dangerous difference between an authentic, high-value man and someone wearing a fraudulent mask of indifference. When you artificially manufacture silence just to get a reaction, you are not displaying strength. You are displaying the classic symptoms of an avoidant attachment style. You are playing a weak, reactive game, and you are dangerously bordering on malignant narcissism. Let us be completely honest with each other. Women possess a highly evolved, acute radar for social intuition. They can spot a counterfeit persona from a mile away. If you are sitting by your phone, sweating with anxiety, forcing yourself not to reply for 30 minutes just to seem detached, that underlying desperation is still leaking through your energy. The crack in your armor will always show at the worst possible moment. Real psychological mystery is never a performance. It is the natural, organic consequence of a man who is genuinely consumed by his purpose. You are not ignoring her text because you are playing a game. You are not replying because you are built deep into your career, grinding at the gym, or protecting your personal boundaries. True depth cannot be faked, and an empty life hidden behind a cold text message will always reveal itself as hollow. If you have ever fallen into the trap of trying to act cold on the outside while your mind was caking with anxiety and cringing for a response, I want you to drop everything right now and comment "I'm learning" down below. Let us see how many men in this community are strong enough to look at their own insecurity raw in the face instead of hiding behind a fake internet persona. How do you build an unshakable, natural psychological presence that commands respect without relying on these exhausting tactical games? The answer was laid down centuries ago by Marcus Aurelius and the masters of Stoicism. You cannot control the chaotic behavior or desires of external people. You can only master your own internal reactions. To turn this theory into real-world actionable leverage, you must implement 3 strict protocols. First, treat your vulnerability as a highly restricted currency. Do not vomit your entire life story, your childhood traumas, and your deep emotional wounds on the first few dates. When you overexpose yourself instantly, you deplete the value of your character. Let them earn the right to see the deeper layers of who you are, brick by brick, through demonstrated trust over time. Second, implement the rule of deliberate emotional processing. When a woman cancels a plan at the last minute or pulls back her attention, do not lash out with a paragraph of defensive text. That reactiveness signals a total lack of emotional control. Instead, take a step back, control your biological urge to chase, and respond calmly and concisely hours later. "I understand. Let's look at another time." Then immediately return your focus to your reality. Third, establish an ironclad boundary against the friend zone. If a woman treats your attention as a free asset, using you as an emotional garbage can, while offering zero romantic respect, you must exercise the ultimate masculine authority. This brings us to the one silent habit that changes everything: the absolute power to walk away and never look back. The highest form of emotional autonomy for a man is when he values his own time, his own respect, and his own sanity vastly more than the temporary warmth of a woman's approval. Your silence should never be used as a weapon to punish. It must be used as a shield to honor your own life. When you possess the authentic willingness to walk away from any dynamic that does not respect your value, your presence instantly transforms. You stop being a predictable option and you become a natural magnet. Do not wear a fake confidence mask just to secure an external outcome. A woman is never truly drawn to a man who alters his entire universe to please her. She is drawn to a man whose life is so robust, so grounded in self-reliance, that it remains entirely meaningful even if absolutely no one is watching it unfold. Stop giving from a position of starvation, begging for acceptance. Give exclusively from the overflow of a complete, self-contained life. Mastering your emotional autonomy is the critical foundation that prevents you from becoming a doormat. But understanding basic behavioral psychology is only the very first step. How do you shift from simply being respected to triggering the deepest, most primitive biological desire inside a woman? There is an incredibly powerful evolutionary switch that controls attraction at a primal level, and a staggering 93% of men completely misunderstand how it works, leaving them permanently trapped in the safe zone of casual friendship. I have mapped out the entire biological mechanics of this primal trigger in the video appearing on your screen right now. What triggers lust in a woman, and 93% of men get it wrong. Click on it immediately. Let us cross over together and unlock the most guarded secrets of attraction psychology. Stay grounded, stay resolute, and keep building your sovereignty.